6:30 here on your Thanksgiving morning. It's dark and cold outside, below freezing in a lot of spots, even got down to 29 in Forsyth and Gordon. We'll take a look at the day ahead in just a moment.
I never saw this day back in 2020. I never thought this day would come, but God is good.
Ahmaud Arbery's mom expresses relief, saying her son will now rest in peace after a verdict handed down for the 3 men accused. The charges for a jury that found the men guilty of. Plus, a man now faces charges after a bomb threat at a North Macon restaurant, what investigators say he did after leaving a Panera Bread. And when Thanksgiving here, not only can you expect great food, but you may also need to prepare for some not so great traffic. What the roads will look like this weekend as families gather for the holiday. Well, good Thursday morning. You're taking a live look over a beautiful downtown in Macon. The time is now 6:31 a.m. on this Thanksgiving Day, November the 25th. Thank you so much for continuing to stay with us. I'm Wanya Reese. A very happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Nonetheless, it might be Thanksgiving Day, but Alex, it is still downright cold outside.
Oh yeah, below freezing in a lot of spots. At freezing in Macon right now, 32 degrees, feels like 32. Occasionally this morning we've seen a light wind out of the west that's made it felt colder, but 32 is the current number and what it feels like in Macon right now. 29 in Forsyth and in Gordon, 36 not far up the road in Milledgeville, 32 in Jasper County this morning, 31 in Taylor County, 33 in Bleckley County. 30 is a popular number on the map across the Peach State this morning. And we do have a high pressure situated over us. That means a wind out of the south to our west, so warmer out near Louisiana, Mississippi, temperatures in the 50s. But over in the Carolinas, on the east side of the high pressure, oh yeah, close to the 20s in coastal North Carolina, believe it or not, on this Thanksgiving morning. And of course, that front is lurking up to our north and to our west. But for today, once the sun comes up and once we switch that wind direction, temperatures warming into the 60s, 66 by about 5 p.m. with clouds inbound across the region. But tonight, that cold front I just showed you going to sweep through central Georgia. I'll show you the timing on that and when rain chances are for Black Friday in just a few minutes.
Well, thank you, Alex. The jury did their job. Finally, justice. I'm so glad they have been held accountable for their actions. Thank God now Ahmaud Arbery can rest in peace. Now, this is how several of you are reacting after a jury found 3 men guilty of murder in the 2020 shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery. The jury in Brunswick deliberated for around 11 hours before they convicted Travis McMichael on all 9 counts, including malice murder. They found his father, Gregory, guilty on 8 counts and William Roddy Bryan guilty on 6 counts. The deadly shooting in February of last year prompted Georgia leaders to actually repeal the state citizen's arrest law. In the case, the defense claimed the defendants tried to make a citizen's arrest, believing Arbery committed a crime. Prosecutors said there was no evidence to support that and argued that McMichael's and Bryan's actions were based on assumptions.
The verdict today was a verdict based on the facts.
Yes.
Based on the evidence.
Yes.
And that was our goal, was to bring that to that jury so that they could do the right thing.
The defense team says they're disappointed with the jury's decision and plan to appeal, but right now they are respecting the verdict.
These are 2 men who honestly believed that what they were doing was the right thing to do.
We felt from day one that the video showed that Travis McMichael acted in self-defense. Maybe we had our own little tunnel vision going.
Those were defense attorneys for Travis McMichael. Now, the 3 defendants all face life in prison. The judge hasn't set a sentencing date yet. The McMichaels and Bryan also still face federal hate crime charges in a separate case. That trial is scheduled to start in February with jury selection. Well, leaders from around the state and country reacted to the jury's decision yesterday. In part of his statement, President Joe Biden says nothing can bring Mr. Arbery back to his family and to his community, but the verdict ensures that those who committed this horrible crime will be punished. Governor Brian Kemp also reacting to the verdict, saying Ahmaud Arbery was a victim of vigilantism that has no place in Georgia. He says he hopes the Arbery family, Brunswick community, state, and nation can now move forward down a path of healing and reconciliation. Georgia's Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan says the verdict delivers accountability and a measure of justice. The Peach State's 2 U.S. senators also commenting. Senator Raphael Warnock says this verdict upholds a sense of accountability, but not true justice, saying Ahmaud should be with us today. Senator John Ossoff says the circumstances of Arbery's murder and the struggle required to secure a prosecution demonstrates profoundly the urgency of reforms to make equal justice real in America. Now, we will continue to follow developments from this case, including when sentencing will happen. Right now, a man faces a terroristic threats charge after a bomb scare at a North Macon restaurant. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says it happened at the Panera Bread on Tom Hill Senior Boulevard around 2 yesterday afternoon. A witness told deputies a man went into the restaurant, got food, and left a backpack behind. The Sheriff's Office says the man, 52-year-old Kevin Hall, then went to a nearby store and told them a bomb might be at Panera. Deputies found Hall and arrested him. The Sheriff's Office bomb disposal unit checked the building and found it was safe. A Baldwin County cemetery facing the threat of neglect may now get a new focus on maintenance. This comes after the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation released its 2022 list of 10 places in peril in the state. Baldwin's Red Hill Cemetery made the list. The site overlooks the 4,000-acre-old state prison farm in Milledgeville. The cemetery itself is actually home to more than 600 graves of incarcerated men and women who all died at the prison between 1911 and 1936. Once the prison closed and moved locations in 1937, people left the graves unattended and neglected. For the past 2 years, Edwin Atkins of Macon and Mary Esther Smith of Haddock have worked to restore the graves and preserve the history. Their goal is to bring a walking trail to allow the public to come and learn more about the cemetery's history. Right now, there is no public access to Red Hill. Traveling over to the holidays, Thanksgiving is here. Instead of working at 9 to 5, hopefully many of you are taking it easy today. It doesn't get better than good food and spending time with your family, right? Now with the holiday here, you'll probably see many people taking to the skies or hitting the roads. AAA expects airports to be busier than usual this Thanksgiving holiday, but not exactly to pre-pandemic levels, and that expectation tracks so far. According to the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA is reporting more than 2.2 million people went through checkpoints Tuesday alone. That's over 1 million more than last year at the same time. Now, when it comes to the roads, good news. It looks like we've made it through the busiest traffic days around Metro Atlanta this holiday. Now, the Georgia Department of Transportation expected yesterday would be the busiest day on the roads with peak times from noon to 6. And based on the video I saw, it definitely was. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday traffic should be light. Sunday, GDOT expects normal levels with moderate traffic jams between 5 to 8 p.m. One thing that could help ease delays is less lane closings, right? Now, starting yesterday, GDOT suspended construction-related lane closings on interstates and state routes for the holiday. The pause runs until 10 Sunday night. GDOT says you will want to be cautious, though, as crews may still work near highways and some long-term closings may stay in place. The holiday also means some in Bibb County will have the day off. Macon Bibb Communications says government offices and the court system will be closed today and tomorrow. Emergency services will continue like normal, though. Trash and recycling will also be off for Thanksgiving, so today's pickup will move to tomorrow, and tomorrow's pickup will slide to Saturday. Looking ahead to tomorrow, here's an event that's sure to be a hole-in-one as there's a chance to putt for a good cause. The historic Bowden Golf Course in Macon will host the Birdies for Brookdale Golf Tournament. It's in partnership with United Way of Central Georgia, and all proceeds will go towards the Brookdale Resource Center. It's $150 per two-person team to play. Now, teams will get 2 do-overs and a raffle ticket. There are cash payouts for first, second, and third place in each flight, along with other prizes. The tournament starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and you can sign up through the United Way. Well, the time is now 6:38 a.m. on this Thanksgiving Day. So much to be thankful about, but you know, I got to say, Alex, I'm not too thankful for this cold weather.
Well, you'll be thankful this afternoon then with temperatures in the 60s.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that, bud.
Yeah, so yeah, it's one of those days where we're going to see a big temperature swing. Temperature is below freezing in many communities right now, but by the time we get to this afternoon, they're going to be 30+ degrees warmer. Just for example, here in Macon, 32 degrees now, but I'm forecasting a high of 66 before all is said and done. 29 degrees still in Forsyth and in Gordon this morning, 33 in Bleckley County, 32 in Dodge County, home of our fantastic producer Gracie. And once again, the Bulldogs are going to beat Ole Miss today. Just had to throw it in there. Gracie went to Ole Miss. I went to Mississippi State, 31 in Butler and 32 in Thomaston this morning. Here's a look at live radar across the region. We are quiet across central Georgia, not quiet out to the west as a front begins to come across the Mississippi River. Raining now, Memphis, Tennessee. The core of the front has moved through Little Rock, Arkansas now, and it's making its way across Interstate 20 in Louisiana. That'll be here through the overnight hours tonight. So let's see what this looks like on future view. Here we go through the morning hours. Temperatures warming rather quickly once we get the sun up here in the next few minutes, certainly right around 7 a.m. or so. And then by the time we get through the afternoon hours, yeah, 60s across central Georgia. Now notice up to the north and to the west though, there's the front lurking across parts of Alabama. It slides on in here by the time the sun sets tonight. Here we go by 11 p.m. Some scattered showers in our far northwestern counties. And then the bulk of what's left of the front slides through during the overnight hours. Notice this is not a solid line of rain, rather a broken line of rain moving through the area. The front itself slides through tomorrow morning. Here is 8 a.m. Notice all the rain is gone. So if you're going Black Friday shopping, early tomorrow morning, you could run into a few showers, but if you wait until the sun comes up, then you'll be okay across the region. Still fairly cool. Notice the back edge of the front here, 41 in Thomaston, while it's 52 in Eastman, so it's certainly a reinforcing shot of cooler air. That's going to keep our high temperatures tomorrow fairly cool. That means for the high school football playoff games tomorrow night, also fairly cool across the region. Let's roll the clock forward through that, and you can see quickly down into the 30s by about 11 p.m. midnight. Now, earlier this morning, the models were showing more rainfall than what they're showing now. Now it's showing nothing across the region. This dark green here is literally the lightest shade you can get on our rainfall map. Maybe you might get to a quarter of an inch, maybe along 85, but for the most part, the rain we're going to see here across central Georgia is going to be negligible. Beyond Friday into the weekend, maybe some few high-level clouds on Saturday. Earlier in the week, we did have the models hinting at the chance of some isolated showers. Now they've backed off. Dry on Sunday as well as into Monday, and as we start the new work and school week, and then into Tuesday as well, a benign weather pattern across the southeast. And if you're thinking about putting up the Christmas lights today, probably the best day to do so. It's going to be the warmest and we won't have the rain chance. Then for tomorrow, if we see any showers during the morning hours, it could be a little wet outside. And then on Saturday, also a nice afternoon, but significantly cooler than what we will experience today. Regardless, I don't think you could go wrong the next 3 days with putting up the lights. As for today, expect to warm up to a high temperature of about 66 degrees with some clouds inbound. And again, that's going to be the high temperature under some mostly sunny skies. Of course, there with the family picture there in our weather dining room here at 13 WMAZ. And if you're wondering how this Thanksgiving stacks up to recent ones, we were warm the past few years, but 2013 stands out. 21 is the record low for all Thanksgivings on record here in central Georgia. Here comes the 7-day forecast. High temperatures in the 50s for Friday and Saturday. There's that 60% chance of rain tomorrow morning. We're back to 60 by the time Hanukkah starts on Sunday and into the middle 60s by the middle part of next week.